The following is an AI-based parody, created for satire and entertainment purposes. All voices, conversations, and scenarios are artificially generated and do not represent the opinions, actions, or voices of any individuals represented. This content is not meant to confuse or misinform.
All right, that's enough feeling sad about Morden. We've still got a galaxy to save.
I'll always be sad about Morden.
Good call, Donald. Now's the time to do a progress check with Hackett.
What's our state of readiness, Admiral?
The good news is we're managing to win in some sectors. The bad news is we're losing in others.
That doesn't sound too bad.
I believe that's the medium rating level dialogue. It means we have between 4,700 and 6,500 effective military score. You should have a look at it after this conversation, Donald.
Yeah, I guess I'll have a look.
In the low rating dialogue, Hackett will say, "We're bogged down, and at the rate you're going at things won't end well for humanity or any race." That occurs if you have less than 4,700 EMS. To be that low after Tachanka would be pretty bad, as that's when you get a decent bulk of your points. Also, the numbers I'm citing are for the Legendary Edition. It'll be different if you're still rocking the original trilogy.
How about the Solarians?
I digress. In the high rating, Hackett will say we're doing well, hitting the enemy hard, inflicting damage, and disappearing before they can retaliate.
Even after I cured the genophage?
Our intel suggests there are cracks developing between the military and the politicians. These STG guys know the score.
Looks like the Solarians aren't too bad after all.
The Solarian STG gets a pass, but I still kind of want Rex to bite the head off that Dalatrass who was annoying us earlier.
There's someone I never thought we'd be in bed with.
I'm trying to get into bed with Arya, on God.
You gotta start moving like Morden Solus if you want a shot at Arya.
I still can't believe Morden is pulled like that.
Intel says Narner Vosk is bringing his men, and that they're gunning for a fight.
Sometimes I wonder how much weaker the gangs are after Shepard killed like 24 of their leaders in the second game.
Most of those guys were fodder anyway.
All J-Dor would have done is hop on a loudspeaker and try to talk the Reapers to death.
That might be a more effective weapon than the Thresher Maw we just used.
Doing against the Reapers?
Believe it or not, the Turians and Krogan actually seem to be getting along.
That makes sense. They have a love for guns and get to shoot at the same giant target.
A moment of pause.
That's proof the Krogan are the strongest species.
But the Reapers are starting to breathe down their necks, too.
What about the Asari?
They have to be feeling the heat.
And yet both of them are still being needlessly difficult about this entire thing.
Interestingly, the Reapers are leaving Parnak alone. It's the Yogg homeworld.
Maybe we should try bringing the Yogg into the fight.
Didn't we literally criticize the Solarians for having one of those on Surkesh?
I didn't mean we uplift them. I mean we drop them on a battlefield while more important species evacuate.
Goddamn, Joe, have you been talking to Javik or something?
That was actually a good take from him. We need to get that other bird species back into the fight, the Reloi or whatever. I don't know why they think they can get out of this.
Sent forces to the Volus homeworld,
How are the Volus doing?
The Volus are so focused on trade that they don't have a lot of military, leaving them vulnerable to even the husks. As for the Elcor, their navy was destroyed, and the Reapers have deployed their ground troops to occupy the cities of Dakuna. The one good thing is that Elcor have smaller and more distant settlements than the typical civilized world. So it's taking the Reapers a bit longer to take them down.
What happened to the Batarians?
Never stood a chance, hit by the Reapers straight out of the gate.
That's an extremely rare Reaper W.
Personally, I'd rather the Batarians be around so we can use them as cannon fodder.
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll be catching up with the Batarians soon.
You say that like it's a good thing.
There's still the wild card here. Hitting the archives on Mars suggests they're after the same thing we are. A way to defeat the Reapers.
You might think that, but they sure as hell are getting in our way a lot.
Considering they're about to make an attempt on the Citadel Council. Yeah, Cerberus isn't with us.
Same side, now more than ever.
Yet the way they tried to derail your alliance with the Turian and Krogan, and then going after Grissom Academy, and trying to detonate that bomb on Tachanka?
Damn, when you lay it all out like that, it really is obvious that Cerberus is against the galaxy. None of that stuff has anything to do with finding a way to control the Reapers.
You seem to think that's how we win this.
Is wrong. Dead Reapers are how we win this.
You're damn right.
I don't know, I feel like controlling the Reapers is a valid idea.
Or in Hear Me Out, we can do the green thing instead.
Science. It's never worked for him before, and it won't now.
Well, the elusive man did subvert science when he brought us back from the dead.
Yeah, and look how well that's gone for him.
Nothing more.
We stole a ship, one of his most loyal and capable leaders in Miranda, and then started killing all his guys.
Bringing back Shepard has probably cost the elusive man and Cerberus overall billions of credits.
So this is where we're at with the military strength.
I can't tell if that's good or not.
If we played Priority Earth with the military strength we have right now, we would have access to the destroy and control endings, but with a few caveats. The destroy ending would still cause partial damage to Earth. And whether or not the control ending causes any physical damage would come down to if we saved or destroyed the collector base.
Wait, I didn't know control does damage too.
Yeah, if you destroy the collector base, you'll see the mass relays blow up and the Normandy will crash, but everyone will still survive. If you keep the base, no damage is caused.
And here I thought the collector base had no impact beyond the few war assets you get.
I don't think I've gotten the most amount of points before.
It's not difficult. You just gotta not make the worst decisions of all time and keep up with the planet scanning. Those war assets worth 10 to 50 points add up to a lot.
I guess I'll go take care of that communications hub mission before I head to the Citadel.
It's one thing to hear about Commander Shepard. It's another to see him in action.
Yep, we get done around here, Sam.
All right, my turn.
Don't see Garrus up here too often.
He's got to take a break from the calibrations every so often.
Start of combat.
I give up.
Correct.
That joke only applies if the Alliance commander is from France.
What do you call it when a Turian gets killed by a horrible spiky monster?
Friendly fire. Come on, that one goes back to Shang-Chi.
It's nice that they can throw friendly jabs at each other over a conflict that occurred less than 30 years ago.
Activate a dormant mass relay.
602. 600 to vote on it, 1 to ask the Asari for technical help, and 1 to request a seat on the council after.
Well, without a filibuster-proof majority, that mass relay is never getting activated by anyone.
His ass as a backup weapon. Why does the Alliance hire pilots with brittle bone disease?
You're shitting me. The Turian military has one about me?
Oh, absolutely. I heard it myself from a private back on Palaven.
Garrus is lying straight through his teeth. He definitely made this one up.
Brittle bone disease.
So their Marines can beat someone in hand-to-hand drills.
I can tell he made it up because the punchline was pretty weak.
What do you guys think the best retirement plan is?
Barry, I know you're getting up in the years and want to talk about this, but I don't think one of our videos is the time.
It's running for United States president.
Well, hardy har har, Barack.
We can't all get elected when we're still young and spry in our 40s, Barry. I even tried twice.
Sounds like a genuine skill issue to me.
Even the Reapers have to be a little nervous about pissing them off.
I'd say more than a little.
I'm sorry about Morden.
I'll miss the guy.
Morden really pulled
good
through
man.
when it counted.
Yeah, he was always running those tests. And one time he tagged me in the middle of the night to ask how many livers humans had. And this bump on my elbow, he said it was just a mild bone deformation, but I'm pretty sure he stuck a probe in there.
Joker, you might want to get that checked out.
Maybe Morden put in some kind of medicine that will strengthen his bones.
But crazy. Then he gives up his own life.
To save the Krogan. Doesn't do much to disprove the crazy theory, huh?
We've done crazier stuff
I
than
guess
cure the
not,
genophage.
But he was one of ours.
So now that we got the Krogan and the Turians, what now?
The Krogan help us turn the tide on Palaven. They can shoot at something useful for a change.
Considering Krogan fight Thresher Maws to become full adults fighting Reapers should be easy work for them.
Knowing Krogan will be singing songs about you until the end of time.
I hope Krogan music is better than their architecture.
Whoa, Shepard vanished from existence there for a second.
It was only a matter of time before we ran into some kind of glitch.
Considering some of the things we saw in 1, that was nothing.
Well, except for Sovereign attacking the Citadel. And then there was the Collector base, but...
When you lay it out like that, we've done a lot of living in these last
let's
3
hope
years.
Rex keeps running the show on Tuchanka. Maybe we should hire a food taster for him.
I can't imagine Rex getting taken out by a little bit of poison.
Krogan took over.
A young, hot-blooded Krogan like Grunt.
Hey, don't downplay my boy like that.
It is a valid concern. Grunt has some growing up to do before we can trust him at the head of Clan Urdnot.
For a way out.
This dialogue is a little different from what I normally see.
Well, yeah, we didn't reveal the sabotage, so no one knows about it.
I guess Garrus is the only one who knows about it now.
Garrus is privy to a lot of secret information.
Restraint, Shepard. It's not
Shepard will tell him about the deal to sabotage the genophage cure with Morden. You'll also admit the truth to him if you had to kill Morden and Rex to do it. He'll approve of you playing both sides if you tricked Reeve, and he doesn't judge you for betraying Morden and Rex.
He's our best buddy for a reason.
Krogan will live now. I've never seen what you'd call a house on Tuchanka.
Any sign of life?
The Reaper destroyed by the Thresher Maw appears to be completely inert, Doctor.
So we just left a giant Reaper corpse on Tuchanka for the Krogan to play with.
I'm still not sure that Reaper is totally safe. Unless Kalrose completely tore it apart, it would indoctrinate anyone that gets near it like the dead Reaper we boarded in too.
Hopefully Kalrose is taking small bites of it to get her daily iron intake.
I trust Rex to keep it together.
I do too, and honestly, with Reeve dead, the Krogan have seemingly lost their only major voice for seeking revenge. I doubt Jorgal Thurak is going to be a problem.
Commander,
What words of wisdom do you have for us today, Gramps?
I believe some of the crew wishes to be my friend. That is not my purpose here.
Don't worry, Javek. We'll have you throwing a party with us in Shepard's apartment sooner or later.
The ship is strong.
How so?
That table that's apparently full of water really confuses me.
I guess it's a sink, but I don't see a faucet anywhere. Where does the water come from?
Also, was that thing installed as a part of the retrofits, or did Javik just repurpose the table to constantly wash his hands?
Sounds like Miranda.
And a drill. There was illness in him.
Thane.
That will be relevant soon enough.
We met, who lived in these quarters. He was undergoing a metamorphosis.
It was just a little bit of violent puberty. It wasn't that dramatic.
We had to go out into the wilds of Tuchanka to kill a bunch of Varen, Clixon, and a Thresher Maw.
We also killed Gatatog Uvenk and his boys.
And it was the best father-son bonding trip in history.
For my people, it was as natural as breathing.
Evolution's an amazing force.
Our scientists believed it was the only force in the galaxy that mattered. They called it the cosmic imperative.
Of course, you can't just call it something normal like evolution.
The weak.
Nah, the cosmic imperative, whatever the hell that means.
The cosmic imperative is a real-life idea.
Okay, I guess I just don't know anything then.
Imperative just your scientist's opinion? Or did they prove something we don't know?
The universe had already proven it. They only had to look around.
And saw what exactly?
Extinction is the rule of law in the cosmos, the natural order of things. The weakest species are doomed.
Well, we're all doomed when we're faced with the inevitable heat death of the universe.
We're getting kind of existential here.
We can't afford any weak links in this war.
I had a feeling you were going to pick that Donald.
Got to get us back on track. We're looking a bit too Paragon for my taste.
I will heal the scars if you make Barden Joe Shepard look too ugly.
You're a coward, and the motherfucker looks like we smacked him with a shovel in the character customization.
The Reapers are busy conquering the weak. They are not watching you.
That's why I said we needed to uplift the Yogg real quick and lure the Reapers to them.
All strategies must be considered, and few are too extreme.
Well, at one point the Normandy was going to crash into Sovereign, so it's true. Nothing is too extreme.
Liara? I think she just had a different idea about what Protheans were like.
I'm sure she wishes she could have met the Protheans that were on Ilos.
Had I been born in this cycle, perhaps I would be the noble scholar she wishes me to be.
Maybe. Or maybe you'd still be a soldier.
Damn way to crush his dreams, Donald.
Bro has known nothing but battle. I'm just being honest.
Life of constant war, taking life in every battle.
Does it get to you?
Well, Javik, as long as no one here makes you look at the memory shard, you'll go on to write a book with Liara. So maybe the dream of being a scholar isn't too far off.
Die, Commander. War is our sculptor, and we are prisoners to its design.
This guy is always dropping the most insane quotes.
That wasn't even the first one he dropped in the conversation. We skipped the one where he compares himself to stone that is carved to shape.
Thank you, Commander. I have seen the death of a Reaper.
Well, that was surprisingly polite of him.
I knew letting him see a Reaper get cooked would get him to soften up.
Yes, a difficult fight remains. In your position, I would have offered the Solarian leader a deal.
Oh?
You only had to make the Krogan believe you cured their disease. They are too stupid to know the difference.
Well, funny thing about that, Javik.
No way does he deduce what went between us and the Dalatras.
No, Javik is just like that. And in fairness, if Rex had been dead and we were stuck with Reeve, he would be completely correct. But contrary to what Javik thinks, Rex would figure it out and dealing with the Solarians would backfire horrendously.
Destroy them where they stand. In the meantime, they are useful cannon fodder against the Reaper.
Damn, he's even more renegade than I am.
Don't care what others think. Do what you must.
We'll take your advice to heart, Javik.
Let's see if Kenneth is being horny or a stereotype this time.
It's definitely going to be the first thing.
Gabi, have you ever seen recordings of Liara's mother, Matriarch Benezia?
I already like where this conversation is going.
And remember Samara, the Asari Justica?
And it keeps getting better.
Donald, shut up.
Have you noticed that older Asari women seem to be a bit more ample? Do you think they just keep growing?
Didn't this literally come up just the last
I
episode?
spend my sunset days in an Asari retirement home.
If I don't kill you first.
Goddamn Ken was straight spitting with this one.
Commander, remember the problem I mentioned? About a core overload possibly venting into the engineering compartment?
Did he say something about that?
Probably went into one ear and right out the other.
You guys really do not care about crew safety.
Venting occurs when IES sinks are in a back cycle. At the same moment, the main core is at peak draw.
What the hell is bro yapping about?
What Kenneth means to say is that we're pretty sure we can make the system safer.
Kenneth is the only character who can pivot from talking about the possibility that Asari breasts just keep growing straight into technobabble about safety issues.
Keep an eye out for one the next time you're on the Citadel, Commander. I've got the specs right here.
What's the worth in doing this, besides keeping these three from getting cooked, I guess?
As long as Ken and Gabby are alive and pardoned, they'll have schematics for optimized Element Zero capacitors sent to the Crucible project.
Peak flight speeds, plasma can vent into this compartment.
It would vaporize anyone standing in this room.
That sounds more serious than just a safety issue.
It is a hyper-specific scenario to be under, though.
Odds are you're about to lose the entire ship anyway.
But we want every advantage we can get, right?
I guess we can spare the credits.
Next time we go to the
But it's not like something bad will happen
Commander.
otherwise. This isn't Mass Effect 2.
Nah, no need to worry about anyone getting vaporized this time.
Let's see what Diana's up to.
She gets a new appearance, and all of a sudden we're down to talk to her.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's worth it to talk to Diana this time.
I don't think I've heard of Milgram. Which planet is that again?
Beckenstein.
Of course, she's from Beckenstein. Why am I not surprised?
The Beckenstein colony was founded in 2158, so Diana can't be any older than 28 years old right now in 2186. She's probably younger than that, though.
You know, I usually never let her on my ship, so I don't remember this interview at all.
Wait, this isn't cut content restored in a mod?
No, it's not. Diana has 3 interviews. This one after the Citadel attack, and another after Rannoch.
Anyone who thinks this is another rebellion can come out here and fight the Reapers themselves if they think we don't need the Krogan.
We all know our history, but this isn't 1400 years ago.
But if the genophage is gone, what makes these Krogan different from the ones that rebelled?
I don't know. The 1400 years that have passed since the genophage was implemented?
On that note, the Krogan are many years off from being able to field a military large enough to threaten the galaxy. They're literally still
Are
demilitarized.
you aware that Clan Urdnot is already petitioning the Council for an embassy and rights to a colony world?
Good, that's what he should be doing.
Let's get Bakar on the council. We need someone like her.
Also, 4 counselors is kind of a throw. You never want to have an even number.
Get the genophage cure. Anything more is between the Council and the Krogan.
There it is, straight from Commander Shepard.
So do we think concerns of the Krogan attacking are valid?
Honestly, talk of a second Krogan rebellion at this moment is a whole bunch of fear-mongering. They're going to spend decades or centuries getting Tuchanka back in shape before they can think about taking on the Citadel races.
In other words, this is a problem for the Asari.
Well, what genius dialogue does James have today?
Could do anything to us? We're not going to start growing scales or anything, right?
I would think the genophage cure would probably make us more fertile, if anything else.
Oh, I've got some bad news about that. It's nothing but Cerberus this episode.
Reaper you took out on Tuchanka. That was one of the small ones?
I always forget Reapers come in large and extra large sizes.
If that destroyer had been a capital class Reaper instead, we would need like 5 Calroses to stop it.
Commander Cerberus has taken one of our secret communication facilities.
It's time to hit the battlefield.
Hey, Barry, I'm confused about something.
What else is new?
What you got, Joe?
This mission, N7 Communication Hub. Isn't it supposed to be like way later in the game?
You're completely correct about that, Joe. The communication hub mission is normally unlocked after Priority Thessia. However, the expanded Galaxy mod moves it to after Priority Tuchanka instead. The reasoning for that is, and I'm quoting the mod settings menu here, is that the mod team felt the mission was more appropriate when Cerberus was still at the height of its power. I suppose the idea is that the failed attack on the Citadel should have cost Cerberus too much to be launching attacks on Alliance facilities.
So you can change when missions are available.
Yeah, you can change missions to be available post-Surkesh or post-Horizon, for example.
I'll take care of it.
As we move into this middle part of the game, you might notice that some of the DLC missions aren't available when they normally should be. That's deliberate.
So we aren't doing a DLC marathon like we did in Mass Effect 2?
No, they've been spaced out, but I have a feeling we can expect to see one of those DLC missions fairly soon. But back to the N7 mission, we're on the multiplayer map called Firebase Dagger, located on the human colony called Onta Rom. There was a version of that map in the multiplayer that had a sandstorm and reduced visibility.
Oh yay, weather effects is just what this game was missing.
Honestly, it might make for a more dynamic battlefield.
It is awful convenient that all these missions either take place on a beautiful day or during a snowstorm.
Testing out the Graal spike thrower I picked up, Donald?
I want to see if it's worth taking to the Citadel.
Funny bit of trivia for the Graal spike thrower. Apparently, the idea for the gun came from lead gameplay designer Corey Gasper's nightmare about some crazy man chasing him with a nail gun.
I'm betting Gasper didn't think that nightmare was all too funny.
I can respect it. We turn our nightmares into content.
Okay, move wisely here, Donald. Well, that's not what I expected you to do.
What did you think?
I thought he was going to do what he always does and charge, or at least run, in the direction of that turret. Instead, it looks like Donald is just going to flank around.
Now that I'm back in first place, I gotta start moving smarter.
If by moving smarter you mean you're going to let Lyra and Edie do everything for you while you go on a leisurely jog, sure. You're moving pretty intelligently.
Well, sounds like one of them blew up that turret for you.
See, working smarter instead of working harder. The ladies got this for me.
At least they aren't trying to backseat you like James and Garrus did to me on that Turian platoon mission.
What's wrong? You don't like being told to go over here when you're already going in that direction.
No, actually, I don't. I wonder what could have given you that idea.
Commander Shepard, Cerberus shuttles are scouring the area. I think they're looking for me.
Well, while they're busy looking for you, I can get the job done. We'll be sure to send regards to your next of kin.
Come on, Donald, that was cold even for you.
Oh, you're right, that was insensitive of me. We're in the middle of the Reaper War. She probably doesn't have any kin left to send regards to.
That's not what I meant, but I guess that's better than nothing.
This is an Alliance facility, right? She should be ready to die for the cause.
I'm pretty sure Grace is a civilian. This communications hub was co-built by the military and civilians alike.
Okay, well, no one is really a civilian anymore when we're in the Reaper War.
On that matter, I can agree with you.
God, the Grail spike thrower is so meaty.
It's got that perfect punch to its shots.
We put the gun in God tier for a reason.
What's my objective again? I'm having too much fun.
You need to go disable the other Cerberus hacking device.
Oh, right, communications relay. I definitely didn't forget about that.
Man, Lyra and Edie are really putting in a lot of work off screen by the sound of things.
See, God mode Garrus isn't the end-all be-all. You can get things done without him.
Maybe, but I'm still thinking of when I want to grace the audience with his power once again.
Jesus Christ, is this deactivate bar on fucking dial up or something?
You'd think things would be a bit faster in the 22nd century.
Miss Sato, come in.
Nice of Liara and Edie to teleport over here and join us.
Sato must believe breaking radio silence would mean her death.
We need the final coordinates. Grace, listen to me.
Can't talk. They're right outside.
Yo, Grace, I'm gonna need you to lock in, girl.
Lose your nerve
Staying
now.
quiet isn't going to save your life either.
Now tell me what I need to know.
Yes, Commander.
I'm surprised that worked.
To be honest, you're not a priority.
Just hurry, please.
Commander, I think I can make a run and get her.
Do it.
Well, thankfully Cortez has her back, if you don't Donald.
Good, it's about time someone else on the Normandy crew did stuff while we're busy on the ground.
I'm on it.
Jesus Christ, for a shotgun, that thing is horrifically accurate.
I put the shotgun smart choke on it.
It's already fairly accurate without that. Putting a choke on it turns it into a heavy-duty sniper rifle. The spike thrower is pretty useful on the infiltrator class, too.
You know, maybe, and just maybe, there are some shotguns better than the Claymore.
Well, I'll be damned, I never thought you'd admit that.
The Claymore is still a personal pleasure of mine.
The problem with the M300 Claymore is that it does exactly one thing really good, and it's dish out the most damage in a single shot. But in terms of literally everything else, it falls short.
Double explosion, baby, you love to see it.
Honestly, the Claymore isn't even at its best on Vanguard. It's better suited for soldiers and infiltrators. The former can get a quick reload with adrenaline rush.
I'm just realizing this is technically our first time seeing the Phantoms and Nemesis enemies.
True, you're not supposed to encounter them until you play Citadel 2.
Donald, you're not going to hit anything through the smoke.
What was that you were saying?
You only hit that guy because he backed out of the majority of the smoke.
Wait, that was interesting. If you charge while holding a shot, it'll fire.
I'm surprised you didn't know that. It works with the Geth plasma shotgun, too.
I might give that a go next mission, actually. I kind of missed the Geth shotty.
You're out of ammo, Donnie.
Then it's about time I end this mission.
I was just about to remind you that all you had to do was just hit that last terminal.
BioWare don't make the interact and cover button the same damn thing challenge, impossible difficulty.
Oh, so it's a skill issue when I have that problem, but when it's you, it's BioWare's fault.
Making the same button be interact, cover, revive, sprint, dodge, roll, and vault was definitely not the best game design decision. Even with more hours than I can remember with this franchise, I still end up not doing the thing I wanted from time to time. Gotta give Andromeda its points for not repeating that mistake.
So what did we get from this assignment?
50 points to our military strength thanks to the small communications relays Grace will build for the Alliance.
I guess saving her was worth the trouble.
You're talking like it wasn't Cortez who scooped her up.
He did that on my order.
I mean, the game kind of decided that for you, you didn't really choose to save Grace.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Next stop is the Citadel.
I feel it. The hatred is building in my bones.
What the hell has gotten into you? Are you turning into a new Chiha?
You all right there, Joe?
No, I feel myself getting ready to hate on Kai Lang.
Oh, that's what you meant. You scared me there for a second.
You and I are on the same page, old man. Except I'm always ready to hate on Lang.
Don't worry, the time will come. The decision to not mod him out of existence was a tough one, but it'll be worth it when we commence the clowning.
Wait, oh no, is that the nice Alliance dock worker back there?
Yep, they killed her.
Having us remember her face last episode just so we could recognize her corpse was some crazy work from you, Barack.
Sometimes attention to detail is going to be a lot less fun and a lot more sad.
Hey,
Don't worry, we'll see a different lady replace her some other time.
Yeah, no kidding. Commander, there's a communication from Thane. He says it's important. I think you'll want to hear this.
Put him through.
Shepard, the Citadel is under attack. Cerberus troops are everywhere and they're in control of the docks.
So much for getting back to fighting the Reapers.
No, I had to evade their commandos at the hospital. I'm in a Presidium storefront.
Bro sounds a little winded.
Thane isn't the man he was when he worked with us 6 months ago.
I'm going to CSEC headquarters.
They know stay away, just hang back at the hospital or something?
You gotta give Thane his points. He's terminally ill, and instead of staying out of danger, he's moving to help Citadel security.
Not the behavior you would expect from an assassin. I actually gotta respect it a little.
Close to CSEC HQ. We'll deploy in the shuttle.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Well, at least things don't look as bad as it did the last time the Citadel got invaded.
The poor keepers just got this area up and running, too.
It's not like they've got anything else to do. Working on the Citadel is the only thing keeping those bugs functional.
Well, I feel bad for whichever poor bastard was the owner of that sky car. Cerberus decided to use it as a projectile.
They were probably still making payments on it, too.
And you know insurance is not going to believe this. An Atlas mech decided to throw your car at Citadel security? Yeah, right, claims denied.
Whoever owned that sky car is probably dead anyway, and if they're not, they should just be happy about that.
Meanwhile, Citadel security is getting worked by Cerberus.
Well, Bailey just fucking died.
He's fine, it's just a flesh wound.
He got shot in a cutscene, there's no way he survived.
Normally you'd be right, Joe, but Bailey has that heavy-duty plot armor.
All right, I saw that turret in the back there. I'm gonna handle this the right way.
Liara is frontlining and not being shot at by the turret right now.
Actually, never mind, I'm going in.
Wow, that was a long charge. I didn't think you were in range.
It's good to see the Geth plasma shotgun again.
Liara, freeze that guy's balls.
That's a crazy command.
Getting stuck in stasis has to be horrifying.
Watch out, they sealed the entrance.
You see, Joe, Bailey is completely fine.
That's crazy Bailey overcame the power of a cutscene bullet. Even Rex can't withstand that.
It's a good thing the Cerberus guys landing over there are just apparently deciding to not execute Bailey.
I suppose they're just focusing on priority targets. Bailey is clearly neutralized while Shepard and friends are active hostiles.
They could try taking Bailey hostage to make us surrender.
Joe, you know damn well that wouldn't work.
Look, I like Bailey, but if Cerberus actually tried to use him as a hostage, I'd put a bullet through him myself the same way you can do that, lady, during the Shadow Broker DLC.
One of the Cerberus guys is having a hard time somewhere.
Fire and ice, baby.
Take them out. I'll get you in.
Bailey, how about you slap some Medi-Gel on that bullet wound, get your ass up, and help us take them out?
Yep, that's right. Try to jump down right in front of me. That totally won't get you killed.
Spawn camping the mobs is crazy.
Bailey, we're right here. We don't need you to yell.
I saw those Cerberus troops on you. I thought you were done for.
Who the hell do you think we are?
Bro thinks we'd go down sorry like he and the rest of his boys did.
Speaking of which, I guess the rest of Bailey's guys didn't survive this battle.
We gotta kick them out of there. Everyone in CSEC's flying blind without the network.
How bad's the situation? Do you know if the counselors are alive?
I wonder if Garrus is happy he left Citadel security or sad he wasn't here to fight this battle.
Probably doesn't matter too much. Didn't he say he hated the job or something?
He probably has mixed feelings seeing that Garrus also, at least technically, was employed by Cerberus in 2.
Bailey is making that bullet wound he has look like it's a mere tummy ache.
I think it's funny we're not applying any Medi-Gel to his injury. We can definitely spare some.
He's fine. Look at him walking it off like a champ.
Here we go. CSAT network access, courtesy of Cerberus.
How's that gonna help?
Cerberus has control of the main channels, but I can set up a new one.
Man, Cerberus really came in here and took the whole Citadel?
No chance.
Seems like a crazy amount of power for them to have.
It's not really all that. Cerberus employed a whole lot of espionage.
Warning from Counselor Ashiel.
And their only goal here is to cause a distraction long enough for Kai Lang to kill the members of the council besides Udina. And once we stop that, they've been beaten, and it's framed as something of a massive failure for the elusive man.
Why would the counselor be meeting with the executor?
Usually it means someone big's about to be prosecuted. I guess that someone had Cerberus friends.
As long as it's not me, this time they can prosecute whoever they want.
But that's insane. Does he even have this kind of pull?
If there's one thing you can say about that rat Udina, it's that he's a purebred politician. I find this plot point confusing, but I'm not surprised he could be in league with Cerberus.
It's a fairly defensible position.
Man, Garrus's history here is coming clutch.
Just a sec. There. Now we can talk by Omnitool. Go.
Now that we're getting into things, you guys want to hear about the beta version of the Citadel 2 mission?
You're going to tell us about it regardless of our answer.
Yeah, but much like the game series we've been playing, I like to offer the illusion of choice from time to time. Anyway, I think everyone might find this interesting, as it looks like Priority Citadel 2 was going to have a completely different storyline. The premise of the mission would have been that Thane's son Koliat received word that Udina was making the council hold a vote to abandon the Hanner homeworld. He would apparently be doing this in hopes of getting protection for other planets. Probably human colonies in his own mind.
Leave it to Udina to still be a total snake, even in beta storylines.
I mean, do we really need the jellyfish for the war effort?
The Hanner do have warships, and the Drell as well. Besides, we know Koliat has aunts and uncles back home, so he'd have a reason to want to protect Kajay. Anyway, Koliat would ask us to stop Udina, and he would apparently bring Kasumi into the mission. Kasumi's role in this would be to get evidence from CSEC HQ that could be used to blackmail Udina.
I wonder how Koliat would have gotten into contact with Kasumi.
He probably got contacts through his pops.
When you eventually get to CSEC HQ, you'd find the evidence on Udina being destroyed by a Cerberus spy. Shepard would extract information from him, which would reveal that Udina is indoctrinated and is planning to launch a takeover of the Citadel Council.
Well, there you go. Udina was supposed to be indoctrinated.
That still raises the question of how exactly he became indoctrinated in the first place. And how long had he been like that?
I don't know. Maybe there's a large piece of sovereign sitting underneath his office in the embassy.
I'm actually not sure how I feel about that. On one hand, Udina being indoctrinated would make his decisions here less nonsensical. But on the other, you could attribute his actions to just plain desperation to get aid for Earth, and Cerberus just used that to manipulate him.
Looks like a surprise, not an execution. We've got hardcore traitors here.
Well, there's that espionage you mentioned before.
Funny enough, Kaylee Sanders and Anderson helped expose a lot of Cerberus spies in the Alliance and on the Citadel in Mass Effect Retribution. The elusive man got those people replaced pretty quick, it seems. Anyway, Shepard and Koliat would start working together to stop Udina.
Why don't we just fucking shoot him?
That's the plan. Rather, Thane would be called in so he could assassinate Udina. He's weak from his illness, but with some painkillers and determination, he's ready to complete his last mission.
I'd overcome my terminal illness for a chance to shoot Udina too.
Thane and Kasumi help you get through puzzle obstacles, and then you engage in a short but brutal fight with Cerberus spies. After you win, you reach Udina and reveal his crimes in front of the council.
Well, that was a neat story, Barry.
If there's one thing I can say about that beta storyline, it's that it's better than what we have now for the simple fact that Kai Lang doesn't appear in it.
It definitely seems like a better send-off for Thane than what we're about to see in a few minutes.
I can't help but notice that Ashley or Caden don't make any kind of appearance as well.
You're right, the Vermeer survivor has a different role in the game that puts them in a much different position than what we know now.
So who the hell is keeping their revenant in the restroom?
Probably one of these two dead guys.
Garrus, it's bad enough they killed this guy without dragging his corpse into the hallway so everyone can see him in his drawers.
You say as you take over 6,000 credits from what might have been his locker.
It's not like anyone here can use them anymore.
Good answer. I was just testing you.
Ridgefield. Lamont. You alive?
Garrus doesn't look like they're alive.
You know, on that note about Garrus not liking his job in CSEC, he probably did have coworkers he liked.
Those names, Ridgefield and Lamont, those are human names.
They were probably subordinates of Garrus, given that the last time he was in CSEC, there were probably no humans of higher rank than him.
I don't know who Herc is, but it looks like he's going to get his ass kicked from one end of the Citadel to the other on some Hank Hill timing.
Well, now those two can apologize to whoever that is right there in hell.
Interesting how the Cerberus soldiers still have some of their individuality.
If the Reapers aren't directly applying control to them through their implants, then they're mostly who they were before, albeit with some whispers in their heads.
Ah, yes, I too like announcing my presence with random explosions.
You know, they really should learn to value the high ground. They keep dropping off ledges like we can't shoot them on the way down.
Gotta say, Cerberus lost a lot of their finesse when they started using Reaper implants.
This is getting a little easy.
Well, you are using one of the best guns in the game.
Plus, Citadel 2 isn't a particularly difficult mission as it is. That's weird.
What's wrong?
That body on the desk there was supposed to be turned into a Turian to represent Detective Chellick from Mass Effect 1, who is supposed to be the Executor by now. On my private run of 3, it worked, so I'm not sure why we're seeing a human.
Wait, is Chellick supposed to be Executor? Wasn't that dialogue cut content?
Well, yes, but we know the old Executor, Palin, is dead by now.
She looks unharmed.
And I don't really like that a human has become the head of Citadel's security when just 3 years ago there were no human captains on the force.
Yeah, enough with that, Barack. Look who's here to take a massive dump all over our good time playing 3.
Kai Lang is already proving himself to be an ineffective assassin. A real killer would have put Eschiel in the ground by now.
Bro is trying so hard to aura farm that he's not killing his target.
Well, given what's about to happen to him here in a second, he's going to need to farm way more than this, because Lang is permanently in aura debt.
That remains to be seen.
I mean Udina. He's staging a coup. The other counselors are headed for a trap.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll give that rat a new hole to breathe out of in just a
3
bit.
on 1, pal. It's over.
No, it's fun.
He thinks he's so tough for saying that.
And I'm already annoyed. Thane is an assassin and is skilled in sniper rifles. Why didn't he just blow Lang's brains out from a distance?
And now Shepard and friends will stand around when at least one of us should be supporting Thane.
Punk-ass bitch.
Okay, now someone shoot him. Liara hit him with a stasis. Garrus shoot concussive shot. She'll get the hell out of here. Do literally anything.
Nope. We're in a cutscene, bro. And that means everyone is stupid.
One of the most skilled members of Shepard's various squads brought a gun to a knife fight and decided to run into close quarters to shoot his opponent.
Well, when you put it like that, yeah, this is really fucking stupid.
Kai Lang pulled up talking about some now it gets fun just to run away. What an absolute bitch.
Imagine being so lame that even the guy who voice acts for you doesn't like you.
They got the guy who voices Baki, Greed from Full Metal, and motherfucking Pain from Naruto voicing this absolute clown Kai Lang. Almost makes me want to cry.
Thane, you good buddy?
Joe, there's a hole in him.
I just thought I'd ask.
Catch him.
Shepard, what's going on up there?
Thane needs medical help fast, and I need to take care of an assassin.
Nothing about that loser says assassin.
Get the word out. Udina's trying to seize power. I've got to get to the counselors.
Thane, just hang out there and try not to bleed out.
Good thing you don't need keys or anything for these things.
I'm guessing Bailey has some control over C-Sec vehicles from his location.
I've got a fix on the council's position. I'm sending it to your car.
Good work, Bailey. We're almost there.
I guess seeing him once wasn't enough. He had to curse us with a second appearance.
Flip the damn sky car upside down.
Or drive up into one of the bridges so Kai Lang slams into it like that train scene from the Wolverine.
Okay, so he blocked 6 shots from our M3 Predator using that shield and then dropped the shield so he can stab the Skycar's roof, which causes it to malfunction for some reason. While his shield was lowered, we just decided to stop shooting him for some reason, even though we should have 9 shots remaining.
We did try shooting him through the windshield 3 times before that.
Okay, well, that still leaves Shepard with 6 shots. My point is that Kai Lang is getting away with absolute bullshit right now.
And we haven't even gotten to Priority Thessia yet.
Hey, Liara, you might want to throw a biotic bubble around the Skycar. These things don't have seatbelts, so this is really going to hurt.
That wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Garrus looking unbothered in the back seat.
Well, this lady is lucky to have made it out.
She's really lucky we didn't crash into her hiding spot.
Negative. Their guards are dead. But we
That Solarian that just died in front of us, on the other hand, significantly less lucky.
Poor guy was probably only like 13 years old.
Well, with any luck, it was the jackass that was trying to hoard weapons.
On my way.
Hey, Donald, you might want to run back to go see something interesting.
You better not be making me waste time. What the hell is this?
I've never seen a Cerberus commander before. Is that always there?
No, it's not. And to be perfectly honest, the game has been modded to the point that I can't remember where that comes from. But I remembered it being there, so I figured I'd send Donald back to kill it.
Well, thanks for letting me spill some unique Cerberus blood this time, and I got the Cerberus Harrier as a bonus.
Now, I believe to best roast someone, you must know their history. So why don't we talk more about who Kai Leng is in the Mass Effect continuity?
I suppose there's worse ways to spend my retirement.
As many of you know, Kai Leng makes his first appearance in the Mass Effect Retribution novel, and he also has appearances in the Foundation comics.
Right, he gets completely throttled by Jack in one of them.
And I wish he'd stayed there so we wouldn't have to deal with him.
Despite jokes of him being a space weeaboo, Leng is described as having Chinese and Russian Slavic heritage, with Chinese being the more dominant of the two. He was born on Earth, and Alliance records show he enlisted on November 14th, 2172. He apparently did this using fake credentials because he was only 16 at the time. Though interestingly enough, 2172 is the same year Commander Shepard enlists, since they always join at 18 and they were born in 2154.
He might have joined the Alliance at the same time as us, but it's clear who's the better soldier.
Kai Leng's tours of duty include some regular patrol and recon of the Terminus Systems and Exodus cluster, and a raid on a location called Intian, which got him a recommendation for the Systems Alliance Medal of Valor.
Only recommended, huh? Sucks to be him. War hero Shepard gets the Star of Terra.
Leng gets accepted into the Planetary Combatives Academy in 2175, where he will eventually receive N7 designation in 2176.
No way was Leng an N7.
He evidently didn't do a whole lot with it.
True enough, later on in that same year, Kai Leng is dishonorably discharged and sentenced to 20 years behind bars after charge of first-degree murder. Specifically, he murdered a Krogan in a bar fight on the Citadel using a standard-issue service blade.
Damn, I'm actually a little surprised he got such a hard sentence for killing a Krogan.
If he was sentenced to 20 years, what's he been doing out for so long?
The elusive man took an interest in Kai Leng because of his prowess in combat and xenophobic nature. So Cerberus liberated him from prison, and Kai Leng is noted to be the elusive man's best wet work operative.
Let's go ahead and put that onto the list of obviously evil things Cerberus has done.
Kai Leng works dutifully for the elusive man, being instrumental in capturing Paul Grayson after he betrays Cerberus. And when the Reaper-enhanced Grayson gets loose, it's Leng who hunts him down and eventually kills him alongside David Anderson.
That's nice and all. Now tell me about how Anderson shoots Leng in both his legs.
Gladly, I was working up to that. At the end of Retribution, one of the students at Grissom Academy, I've mentioned him before, Nick Donahue, is shot and bleeding badly. Kali is trying to apply pressure to his wound while Anderson holds Leng at gunpoint. Kali needs Anderson to take her place so she can go grab a med kit, and Leng obviously isn't going to stick around if Anderson lowers his gun. So Leng decides to taunt everyone, either save Nick or keep Kai Leng standing there while they all watch the 15-year-old boy bleed out.
I would have let him die. He probably wasn't supposed to be there anyway.
It's a good thing you're not Anderson.
Anderson decides to help Nick, but to make escape harder for Kai Leng, he shoots him in both his legs, leaving him to crawl his way to safety. Unfortunately, Grissom Academy security wasn't able to get to him before he got to his ship.
The one flaw with Anderson is that he's just too paragon sometimes. He should have just shot Leng in the head so he'd no longer be our problem.
I understand that's not the kind of man Anderson is, but it definitely would have saved us a lot of trouble. Leng would eventually get new legs via Cerberus's Phantom-class implants.
Yeah, you better run. I was going to make sure you got shot in your legs a second time.
Well, there you have it. That's most of the relevant bits about Kai Leng.
I appreciate the history bits, Barry. I'll be sure to use this newfound information to cook up the best roast session I can. Also, what rank was he in the Alliance?
Records say he was a lieutenant.
We're a higher rank than he was, a better N7 than he was, more successful at working in Cerberus than he is. Kai Leng is just discount Shepard.
All right, I'll be the one to say it. Why doesn't anyone try to contact the Vermeer survivor on their Omni tool so we can tell them there's an assassin after them and that Shepard is coming to back them up? We literally saw Rex do a video call on Surkesh.
You know, Donald, I really don't know if I have the patience to talk about that right now.
I mean, Thane called us while we were on the Normandy. He didn't think to maybe inform Caden that Shepard was on the way?
First major mission after the peak of priority to Chanka, and we're already complaining.
Donald, I feel I should point out that you only have 3 shots.
Well, then I better make them count. You gotta be kidding me.
How the hell did you miss twice?
I didn't miss twice, I hit it dead on.
That'll teach you to continuously go into missions with just one gun.
You're about to die in the elevator shaft.
I am not dying when this is the last step of the mission. Okay, Liara and Garrus, make yourselves useful. See, I don't need ammo, I've got the power of friendship.
Man, those guys do not sound like they're having fun down there.
Shepard, bad news.
Is there any other kind?
That hitman jumped to another elevator and he's overridden my controls.
Let me guess he stabbed the control panel with his sword and that somehow allowed him to override Citadel security controls.
All right, let's see how you handle it this time, Donald.
The good thing about having allies is that you can make them do all the work for you.
We've finally caught up with the Council.
And the time has come at long last. I'll correct a mistake that was made many episodes ago.
That was a person.
Gunner, get down!
Well, that was close.
The one time someone does something smart in this whole damn mission, and it's aimed at us.
Man, it's a good thing there weren't Cerberus snipers out here waiting for them.
Cerberus took out the shuttle. Everyone back to the elevator. Move!
Hello, Caden, your time has finally come.
Shepard, what's going on?
I'm sending you to go see Ashley. Say hi for me when you hit the pearly gates.
Donald, I think you're here to kill Udina.
Both things are good.
Everyone calm down.
I'm perfectly calm, my boy.
Not the one I want, Caden.
Oh no, I definitely want you to, Caden.
Barry, you're not going to say anything to stop him?
Nope. I'm practicing neutral jing. Let's just watch and see what happens.
Wait, what the hell just happened?
Donald, you failed the test. Caden lives now.
I hit the Renegade React. Why didn't we shoot him?
I'm actually a little confused, too.
All right, I'll break it down. We mentioned back in episode 1 that this event would come down to a math equation. The standoff with the Vermeer survivor comes down to how much trust you've built through the trilogy, ranging from a score of -1 to 4 or higher. To keep things simple, because we killed the Council, we're nice to Caden on Mars, and visited them twice in the hospital, we reached a score of 3. However, because Donald hit that Renegade interrupt to make the squad lower their weapons, it earned us 1 more trust point, getting us to a score of 4, which causes the Vermeer survivor to automatically side with Shepard.
Damn, that's complicated.
Son of a fucking bitch.
I did warn you last episode, Donald. It would all come down to one split decision, and you made the wrong one.
He's got a gun!
Are you kidding me? That Renegade React results in my shooting someone, but the previous one makes me stand down. What kind of nonsense is this?
Them's the breaks, Donald. Caden lives to see another day.
If anyone is curious, there is one interesting outcome where Thane and Kirahi are both dead, the Solarian counselor will be killed, and Udina will use a fabricated video of Shepard killing them to sow more doubt in the Vermeer survivor. It translates to -2 points on the trust level.
That makes me a bit happier about shooting him.
Then it's true. We were in danger. But I don't understand. You said Cerberus was right here.
Cerberus was right here, but they beat feet into the Keeper tunnels when they figured out we were coming.
Kai Lang ran away just because Bailey and that random guy showed up.
Dude had 3 phantoms with him, and he got scared off by 2 cops.
For our lives, and for brokering a deal with the Primarch and the Krogan that I never could.
You also owe me for killing your predecessor, otherwise you wouldn't even exist.
We will not make that same mistake again.
Shepard, do you have any idea why Cerberus would do this?
Honestly, no.
Probably because the elusive man is indoctrinated.
But I plan to find out.
All right, people. Principals are evacuated. We got a tunnel and 1 million more places to secure. Move it.
I still cannot believe I got baited like that.
Well, you should know as well as I do that Mass Effect morality isn't exactly trustworthy when it comes to consistency.
See, Donald, had you done a playthrough with Caden before this, you would have known what to do.
Screw you. The only reason he's still here is because of you.
Yes?
Things didn't go as planned. The Council's still in control of the Citadel and Udina's dead.
And you ran away like a punk.
Now what?
There are other plans in motion. I'll fill you in when you return. I'm surprised you let Shepard get the better of you, Ling.
You shouldn't be surprised. You brought us back for a reason.
We'll see.
He's getting reprimanded by the boss.
Unfortunately, the next time we encounter Kai Leng, the game is going to hand-deliver him a W, but we'll worry about that when it happens.
We looked over every centimeter of those tunnels, Shepard. Your Cerberus pal is made out of smoke and mirrors.
Well, if there's anything the clown is good at, it's running. Even when he got shot in both his legs, he managed to scurry away.
Just one exit and one entrance?
No, that keeper tunnel from the elevator lobby led into the superstructure. Once you're in there, the place is like an ant farm.
And unfortunately, he couldn't get sucked into a fan or something on his way out.
VI into the Citadel system that erased footage of him wherever he went. I guess he didn't trust that Udina's plan would come together.
That might be the only intelligent thing he's done. I wouldn't bet on Udina either.
Memorial. He's in for surgery. Apparently, there's complications.
Well, we're still trying to get over Morden's death, and now you're telling me Thane is dying next.
Do you think he'll make it?
I caught that they didn't have much drill blood on the Citadel. I notified his next of kin, his son Koliat. He was the right blood type, but I don't know if he made it in time. We're pretty sure the route to the hospital is safe from Cerberus if you want to see him.
I guess it's another trip to the hospital.
You might as well make the rounds about the Citadel, Donald. There's a lot of new stuff to do.
Well, buckle in, folks. We're going for a long haul this time.
It just, I don't know, make things easier for him.
We're getting closer and closer to seeing Kasumi again.
I thought you were over her.
I'd still like to look at her, though.
We'll see her again soon. Not this episode, though.
Hey, this looks different.
The diversification mod makes the initial aftermath following the coup look more realistic. Investigations are occurring, arrests are being made, and the casualties are being tended to. These changes will vanish after we leave the Citadel, so if you want to see them, we better do it now.
Looks like that Turian made sure she didn't die alone.
Hey, isn't that John Mba over there?
Either that, or it's a Solarian in a similar outfit. Either way, we can't talk to him.
It is. Don't worry about him for now.
Looks like they caught some of Cerberus' spies.
If you guys want to put them to the firing squad, just call me up and I'll handle it.
Oh my God, is that a dead Elcor?
That's crazy. How did they bring down one of these behemoths?
Elcor are the most physically imposing Citadel species. They must have had to jump this poor guy.
This isn't supposed to be someone we know, right?
For a second, I thought he might be Zeltan, the Elcor who was having issues with the consort, but the skin markings are different. So hopefully that's a random guy.
I just don't understand why you're suddenly so conflicted.
Is this guy bothering you?
The asshole's in custody now. Killing him won't bring anyone back.
It's about justice. The man is a traitor and a murderer.
What is this supposed to be again?
Just a little side mission.
And didn't bat an eyelash. He's evil, there's no doubt.
What's going on here?
I'm in position at CSEC. Draw them away, and I'll move in and make the kill.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
They should really turn their Omni tools off speaker mode.
Well, Commander Shepard's middle name is Nosy, so we better go investigate. Hold on, there's another argument to break up.
We really do insert ourselves into conversations a lot.
Look at Palavin, my friend. We're in hell. We should be looking.
The argument they're having is whether going after minor crimes is worth it when the Reaper War is ongoing and Cerberus just invaded the Citadel.
I don't think there's much use in worrying about some drunken bar fights happening in Purgatory when entire planets are on fire.
If they really want to crack down on people, they should have talked to that Solarian who was hoarding weapons. Anyway, I'm going with the beautiful purple beauty.
Everyone on the Citadel knows we're at war now.
I believe that earns you renegade morality points.
That's hardly a renegade-based decision. It's just a smart thing. You gotta have priorities.
Forget the small stuff. Support defense and security and take down anyone who threatens the peace.
You make it sound like we're under martial law.
After a coup attempt during
when legislatures all over the galaxy are being snuffed out, what other kind of law is there?
The major players right now are mostly military leaders anyway.
Commander Shepard. Guess I know what happened to my backup.
Who in the hell are you?
This is a part of the Cerberus retribution mission.
In CSEC and
Captain Somers here wants to kill a Cerberus spy that CSEC has in custody.
Captain Aaron Summers, Alliance Marines, retired.
Captain Summers?
There's a prisoner here. CSEC officer who helped Cerberus. CSEC caught him when you stopped the coup. Now he's offering them intel on Cerberus to get a better deal.
Why are you telling me this?
Because he doesn't deserve a better deal. He killed people during the coup, good people. And he's former Alliance, like us. The way I figure it, he's our problem to fix.
I'm down for it, but tell me more.
Tell me what this guy did to deserve death.
He executed his own friends in cold blood for Cerberus. Cleared the path for their troops.
Well, that's all I needed to hear.
But what if he has good intelligence to offer up?
I doubt that. Cerberus was killing their spies the moment they stopped being useful.
I don't really care either.
I don't think this guy was privy to any information we don't already know.
Well, let me make sure you've got all the diplomatic immunity you need, Captain.
Is that actually necessary?
If you try to make Sommers walk away, you'll warn him that he'll be arrested, so presumably this invoking of Spectre authority is needed to keep him from getting into trouble.
Take charge of him. Do what you have to do.
Thank you, Commander.
Yep. Have a good day, Captain.
Commander Shepard, do you have a minute?
From one mission to another, it seems.
I guess it would be rude to ignore her now that she's seen
Can
me.
I help you?
Jordan Knowles, E-Crimes.
It's time for the Batarian Code's mission.
I was just starting to wonder when a Batarian or two would worm its way into the plot.
Major yet, but better to be safe, right? If you've got time to help, check out this console.
This quest is sometimes a bit confusing.
Got it.
You're going to want to go to the Spectre office in the embassy. Then the hospital, then Bay D-24, where the Normandy is docked, and then the holding area for refugees at Bay E-28.
I appreciate the walkthrough.
I can access restricted intel at the Spectre office in the embassy. If I find anything, I'll let you know.
Now arriving at Memorial Hospital.
Things here look mostly the same.
Donald, have a stop by the right side of the room.
This better be good.
So, the nurse tells me you've refused to bathe and you only want to talk to another Asari.
This story with the PTSD Asari, better known as Antigone, is worth a listen.
Did she just ask for a gun?
Unfortunately, walking back and forth won't do the trick like it did with Liara and her dad. You'll need to reload the area each time.
Fine, but if this isn't worth it, I won't do this ever again.
The humans are our allies. You don't trust them?
No, it's not that. How are my eyes? What color are they right now?
Well, I can tell she's definitely got PTSD.
Tell me what happened.
We were deployed to Tiptree.
That planet sounds familiar.
Tiptree is a small human colony. And let's just say a dear friend of ours has family there.
Wait, oh no, I actually listened to this dialogue before.
We were spread
This is going to be depressing.
Getting colonists to shuttles, wiping out husks.
It sounds like you were doing good work.
Could I have a gun? I'd feel a lot better.
She must be an American with how badly she wants a gun.
At Tiptree.
We're at this little farm. We'd killed a few enemy scouts, and it's quiet.
It never stays quiet for long, unfortunately.
I'm there for the night. The humans get me dinner, show me around. One of them, this freckled farm girl, maybe 15. She wants to hear all about what it's like to be a commando.
I'm sensing an extremely tragic end to this story.
Tragic is an understatement.
Yeah. She's saying she wants to be a pilot.
She wanted to take after her older brother.
Wait, this is Joker's family, isn't it?
About time you clued in.
Going by my records, you'd been on active duty for...
So we know it's been at least 3 weeks since the invasion began.
Gotta be longer than that, though.
Pretty much, yeah. So I'm in the shower with hot water and everything.
Well, Tiptree must have been doing pretty good, all things considered.
It's a colony in the middle of nowhere, so the Reapers probably didn't get to it right away.
I wanted it to be more than that, but she had a medical condition.
Could she have been an Arde Yakshi?
Possibly. We don't know of any other medical conditions that make Asari sterile. She probably didn't admit to it, so she wouldn't be sent away.
A towel and Naira walks through the door, but it wasn't her. Not anymore. She's got this glow. And the Reapers. They did to her what they do to everyone. She's covered in
I'm guessing she wasn't a Banshee if he ain't recognized her.
glowing. She reaches out. Her eyes go black. And she touches one of the farmers, and he just dies.
She might not have been a Banshee, but it sounds like she was worse, because I don't think Banshees have the death touch.
What she just described might further support the idea that Niera was an Aight Yakshi. Sounds like she wreaked havoc on their nervous systems. Reducing them to liquid must be a side effect of Reaper alterations.
Goddess. So I ran. I got out of that farm and into the hills. I pulled the farm girl after me.
Is there a reason she's not using her name?
Just listen, Donald. It'll all be made clear.
Nobody else could have done more.
But morning came and no shuttle. Afternoon and then night, and I'm hiding from husks and those Turian things.
I can't blame her for hiding. Those were Marauder shields she was dealing with.
Position was overrun.
So after 2 days, I still don't have a gun because those Turian things can't use theirs.
Wait, that's
I
not
realize
true?
that shuttle isn't coming.
Don't Marauders just carry the Facetin?
Yeah, I'm not sure why she says you can't use their weapons.
She was with me. Even killed a few husks.
Imagine being turned into a husk and getting killed by a teenage girl using a stick.
So you went back to the farm.
We snuck down the hill. We were hungry, filthy. I turned the towel into a kind of tunic.
Damn, she was going through all this without any clothing.
Donald, don't say anything crazy.
Well, for once I wasn't going to. I'm just in awe of how shitty her situation was and that she managed to get through it.
I guess even you can read the room once in a while.
Directing the other forces. I could see her. I got within 10 meters of her. I just had my gun.
So is that why she's so obsessed with getting a gun?
You're getting warmer, Donald.
The farm girl unlocked their restraints, and that's when they all started screaming.
The prisoners were indoctrinated.
In hindsight, that was obviously going to be the case, but I can't blame them for having hope.
Naira's eyes were black. The whole time, not just for a second. I could feel her mind from where I was standing. The humans were in the way, attacking us. I used my biotics, flung them around.
Well, can't fault her for that. Those farmers were lost causes.
When Naira tore the farmers apart, but goddess, I ripped them in half. And it felt good.
It's you or them at that point.
Feeling an adrenaline rush during battle.
I might have killed more than Naira and those husks did. She wanted them alive.
They're better off dead than indoctrinated and turned into husks.
Survived.
We tried to run again, but we were blocked. And the farm girl, her leg was broken.
Well, that's all she wrote for the farm girl.
Donald, that's Joker's younger sister.
Okay, well, that sucks.
It's a safe bet that Joker's father was among the farmers that were killed by one of the two Asari.
I'm an Asari huntress. No damn husk is gonna find me unless I let it.
But the farm girl who was with you?
Her leg was broken. She was whimpering, and then Naira.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Saw her through a hole in the boards. She was coming closer with those dead black eyes. And Hillary, the farm girl, she couldn't stop crying.
So you killed her to make her stop, I'm guessing.
What did you do?
What do you think?
In addition to your medical discharge...
So yeah, that was Joker's younger sister, whose nickname is Gunny. And if you have any doubts about her assumed fate, Patrick Weeks confirmed on Twitter that Hillary is in fact the same one that Joker names as his sister.
And to think Engineer Adams' entire immediate family is completely safe.
And as for Hillary...
You idiot. When I took a shower and left my gun in the bedroom, I killed them.
Oh, she feels bad about leaving her gun behind. That's why she wants one so bad.
Not quite, Donald. Barry, if you would elaborate on this, please. I don't have the stomach for it.
Ian wants a gun, but trust me, it's not so she can kill Reaper forces. Shepard will be given the opportunity to use their Spectre authority to override security measures and entitle her to carry a firearm. However, you definitely don't want to do this. Doing so will result in Ian ending herself, which discourages the doctors at Hurta Memorial Hospital, resulting in a loss of 4 points to your military strength. It might be a paltry amount, but you know, still a shitty scenario.
So definitely don't give her a gun, got it?
That should be a given considering her title in the game is literally PTSD Asari.
Looks like she's gone anyway.
She's still alive. A human nurse on the Presidium will mention how hard it is for her to look after Ian because she keeps screaming every time they meet. As it turns out, the nurse apparently looks similar to Hillary.
You know, I completely forgot we came here to scan for these codes.
Yeah, a bit of a detour there.
You might as well stop to see Thane and Colia too.
Damn, we're really going for the saddest episode of the series with this one.
Can I help you?
I'm looking for my green friend. He sounds a little bit like a frog, and he could kill you with a plastic straw if he wanted to.
I gotta say, Donald, I didn't ever expect to hear you call Thane your friend.
Well, I only really beefed with the guy because Melania liked him. Thane stood on business against Kai Lang. Anyone who backhands that loser is all right by me.
I don't suppose there's any chance we can get you to change your mind on Caden and Legion like you did with Garrus and Thane.
Well, we're about to attend another funeral, so I won't crush your dreams by telling you no, but at the same time, I wouldn't bet on it.
And he lost a lot. Now, they've given him transfusions, but frankly, there was a very limited supply of Drell blood on the Citadel.
I wonder if Liara's friend would be willing to donate.
I think Farron is a little busy at the moment,
That's not going to
and he might not be a viable donor anyway.
Drell on the station is a match, and that Drell is in with him now. We did all we could to help him through surgery, but his body can't replace lost blood with new cells. Too much shock. His son, Koliat.
Man, this really sucks.
I wonder how much longer Thane could have lived if he hadn't fought Kai Lang.
He seemed healthy for a guy who was supposed to be dead months ago. As long as he didn't get cooked by a Reaper, he could have lived long enough to join us for the Citadel DLC party.
Commander Shepard, my father mentioned you were no longer incarcerated.
Good to see you too, kid. How's the community service treating you?
I'm Koliak Krios.
How could Kolia think we'd forget about him?
After the way I killed Joram Talid, I can't blame him for trying to distance himself from us.
You know, I completely forgot you did that.
And you guys think I'm the renegade one?
I don't think it will be very long.
Your pops is a good guy. I mean, he's got a kill list longer than my bank account, but he's all right.
I'd like to be here.
Of course.
Commander, I'm afraid I won't be joining you again.
You've done more than enough.
You really stepped up when it mattered, Thane.
That assassin should be embarrassed. A terminally ill Drow managed to stop him from reaching his target.
It's too bad the writers decided to make you completely stupid in the fight with Kai Lang, but we'll ignore that.
There's something I must do before it gets worse. I must... Kalahira, mistress of inscrutable depths, I ask forgiveness. Kalahira, whose waves wear down stone and sand.
They're really hitting us in the gut with this one.
At least they aren't playing the Vigil theme.
Wash the sins from this one, and set him on the distant shore of the infinite spirit.
Looks like he picked up a prayer book while serving his community service.
Oh, you speak as the priests do. You have been spending time with them.
I brought a prayer book. Commander, would you care to join me?
You know what? What the hell? It won't kill me to be nice this once.
Kalahira, this one's heart is pure, but beset by wickedness and contention.
Guide this one to where the traveler never tires. The lover never leaves. The hungry never starve. Guide this one, Kalahira, and he will be a companion to you as he was to me.
Damn, did he just die right there?
Yep, there goes the fingers closing the eyes thing.
Did he even live long enough to hear the prayer?
Maybe not, but it wasn't for him anyway.
I don't understand. His last moments were those of a hero. Why pray for salvation?
The prayer was not for him, Commander. He has already asked forgiveness for the lives he has taken. His wish was for you.
Well, say hi to Morton for us when you get down there, Thane.
I think you mean up there, Donald.
No, I mean down, let's be honest. Morton and Thane got a lot of bodies. If we all go to the same place, and if that place includes a hell, both of them are definitely there.
In that case, Bard and Joe Shepard will be right behind them sooner or later.
Wait, aren't you Commander Shepard? So like
this Solarian looks like his liver would taste like sour apple.
Donald, please do not assign flavors to Solarians based on the color of their skin. If they weren't aliens, that would be really bad.
Something holding you back?
CSEC won't allow me on the docks. They say I'd be disruptive, but you could catch a few quick shots for me.
So this guy just wants us to film the refugees?
It won't have the same impact as seeing crowds trapped on the docks. We all need to help each other. I want this documentary to shock people into action.
Despite what he says here, doing this mission doesn't actually contribute anything to the military strength.
Thank you, Commander. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. If you could just take a few shots with your Omni tool in the refugee camp.
Are we going to ignore yet another indication that our Omni tools have cameras in them and Shepard seemingly forgets this every single time it's actually during a critical moment?
At this point, Joe, I feel like we're beating a dead horse beyond death with this talking point.
Oh, hey, Cortez is here.
Are you okay?
I think this is yet another sad as hell conversation.
In hindsight, we really should have put a mission at the end of this episode because goddamn, we're leaving you guys on a sad one this time.
Don't worry, there's plenty of time left. We'll rebound after we finish helping Cortez.
At least this time we're mourning someone who died months ago and not, minutes ago instead.
I love you, but I know you. Don't make me an anchor. Promise me, Steve.
Cortez playing this when there's a bunch of other people also mourning is kind of crazy.
Yo, that Paragon interrupt better not make me kiss him.
What would make you think that?
Because those damn things move between the most nothing activity to the most extreme one imaginable.
You give me strength. Thank you.
Anytime, bro.
Can I talk to him?
Only if it's important, Commander. He's hurt bad.
Oh, for crying out loud, which sad activity are we engaging with this time?
This one won't be sad at all, actually.
Are you Gorek?
Go away.
You're a lucky one. Admiral Hackett made me think all of you had been wiped out.
Oh, great, yet another person who wants to kill Shepard.
That list gets longer every day.
Every Batarian with someone on Aratok remembers your face.
Yes, Aratok, my finest bit of work.
The planet that got caught in the Alpha Relay explosion.
You butchered a colony, only regret. Don't have the strength to.
So wait, what's this guy say if you didn't do a rival?
Since the Alliance's 103rd Marine Division still destroys the Alpha Relay, he'll still be out for revenge. The conversation is just less personal for Shepard in that case.
Bro sounds like he's choking on his tongue.
I hadn't destroyed that relay. I spent months taking heat for Aratok from both the Alliance and the Batarians. And you know what? If it saved the entire galaxy.
Nice of Shepard to speak for us this time.
I think we're all in full agreement with the game on this one.
Then why don't you get rid of another Batarian for your precious galaxy? Shut down this machine.
I'm going to shut off his life support, but why the hell is that the Paragon option?
It's the rewrite or destroy the Heretic's choice all over again, but arguably worse.
Well, like I said before, the decisions are probably Paragon or Renegade based on how Shepard personally views them and not how we the players do. Shutting off the life support is supposed to be an act of mercy, even if Donald is about to do it out of malice.
It's still an easy decision.
No one pay any mind to Shepard killing this guy.
The pleasure is all mine.
Oddly enough, the nurse who was looking after Gorek won't have any problem with us killing his patient.
Hey, Kelly, how you doing? Glad to see you didn't get shot in the head.
As mentioned before, if you didn't tell Kelly to change her appearance, you would hear about how she got shot dead by Cerberus, because she exposes herself when they call for her.
I like Kelly, but damn is she dumb to have to be told not to expose herself to Cerberus.
She genuinely did not believe Cerberus would care about her, but what she doesn't realize is that the elusive man is one petty bitch.
Thank you.
What the hell is James doing down here?
Hey, Commander. James, enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
I see Darner Vask's bald head right there.
Those clothes are Alliance property.
Have a little faith, loco.
I have a little.
You're free to pay poker down here on the docks if you want James. But for the love of God, do not bet the Normandy.
Stand there and watch?
Well, specifically, I'm going to stand and watch on top of Vosk.
Commander. I'd ask them to deal you in, but I think they're afraid of you.
Good, they should be.
I forgot we were getting pictures for the Sour Apple Solarian.
Sounds like we were wrong to have a little faith in you, James. Don't lose those clothes.
Knowles, this is where the last access code was used.
It's about damn time we reach the end point.
That's not good.
Shepard.
Hello, Balak. Nice to see you again.
You should have killed me on that asteroid over Terra Nova.
God damn it, Barack, you were supposed to kill this guy and now he's my problem.
I'm pretty sure I said I didn't kill him so we could get the Batarian war assets.
And I'm pretty sure I told you there are some things more important than the damn war assets.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you definitely still get the war assets even if you kill Balak.
Yes, an unnamed Batarian will take Balak's place. And you'll still get the 100 points earned from the Batarian fleet.
Then why the hell did you spare him?
Having Balak be alive and in charge of the Batarians gets you an extra 15 points.
A Reaper. Your people were studying a Reaper corpse.
Yes, looking for a way to reclaim our place as the true power of the galaxy.
Well, look how that turned out for you.
It is deeply funny that the Batarians put themselves in the position as the galaxy's pariahs and blame everyone else for it.
At least the Krogan have the excuse of being culturally at the barbarian stage of their lives when they got uplifted.
Deactivated. Ships fired on Allied targets. We were destroyed from within because of you.
How in the actual do you pin the blame of you guys messing with a Reaper on us?
Throughout the galaxy, and now you've paid the price for it.
We were a proud race, a beautiful race.
There isn't a damn thing beautiful about you. I'd sooner sleep with a Solarian, and you can't even tell which ones are male or female at first glance.
I know the locations of Reaper forces because I've tapped Council transmissions. I am the highest-ranking military officer left in the hegemony. I can't save my
Donald, please, for the love of God, kill someone who deserves it for once.
Barack convinced me not to kill this guy. 15 points isn't enough to sway me.
Well, it's not 15 points, it's 25. If Balak dies here, his campaign of sabotage against the Alliance will go unimpeded. Multiple ships have their systems hacked, resulting in them crashing or to lose oxygen mid-flight. thus weakening the Alliance's 3rd Fleet by 10 points.
You gotta be kidding me.
And if that's not enough for you, Donald, consider this. I know you want to pick the destroy ending, and let's say that hypothetically ends up being the case. If you want to see Shepard take their breath, you'll care more about the war assets more than Joe or even myself.
You're really good at telling people what they want to hear, you know that?
That should be a given considering my historic presidential campaigns.
Well, I already killed one Batarian today, and if I'm going to let one go, it might as well be this one.
I genuinely cannot believe I'm the most renegade person at this moment. I would have killed him. F the war assets. Also, if you were going to let one of these two go, you definitely should have picked the guy on life support and not the one with a gun to your back.
Joe, I'm not even going to fight you on that because you're completely right, but it is what it is.
Yes, forging alliances with the Turians, the Krogan. Killing you will tear all the other races apart.
It'll also give the Reapers a free W, so it's your call.
The last of your people. And you know that. That's why you'll join us. We're all you have left.
Go on, buddy, but just know the moment you shoot me, I'm going to use my dying breath to poke out all 4 of your eyes.
Our ships are yours.
That's what I thought.
I can't believe we're letting this guy live to see another day.
Are you all right?
Fine. You won't have any more trouble with those codes.
Is that... Do you want me to arrest him?
I want you to put a bullet in his head. But we're all making some sacrifices today.
Whatever it takes to win the Reaper War.
Spectre Authority.
Understood, Commander. And thanks.
What are you doing?
Who just asked me that?
It wasn't directed towards you.
The short little story with the teenage refugee. She stands here waiting for her parents while the C-Sec guard tries to reassure her. Over the conversation, she comes up with any justification for why her folks aren't turning up. But it's pretty much certain they're dead.
At least that kid actually looks like she's a teenager, unlike Jack's students.
Her model was scaled down, so she looks younger thanks to the diversification mod. She looks much older in the vanilla game.
All right, let's get the hell out of, oh my God, is that Conrad?
Where in the hell did bro get our fit from?
Cerberus wants our help. And if Cerberus is good enough for Commander Shepard, it should be good enough for us.
I think we need to shoot him in the foot again.
Oh, for the love of...
This might be the only time Shepard is genuinely at their wits'
Conrad
end.
Verner. Wow, it's great to see you again. I joined Cerberus too.
Conrad, you literally always do stuff at the wrong
Cerberus just
time.
tried to kill
Joining
the
Cerberus in Big Mass Effect 3 is insane.
Working with them.
Oh no. I screwed up again, didn't I?
Yes, and the only thing different this time is that you didn't end up dying.
Sabotaged. Was that you?
What? No. No, Cerberus just asked me to recruit people near the medical station.
Which was sabotaged while you had everyone distracted.
The elusive man was smart to use Verner. Who would ever expect something out of such a fool?
No.
I'll deal with it. Just don't do anything.
Yeah, just stand there. Also, where did you get a copy of our jacket?
Okay. But I might be able to help you with whatever you're doing now that isn't Cerberus.
I severely doubt that.
I'm building an ancient Prothean dark energy device to stop the Reapers. Can you help with that?
Well, I did write my doctoral dissertation on xenotechnology and dark energy integration.
Excuse me?
Yes, surprisingly enough, Conrad has a doctorate, and his full name is Dr. Conrad Verner.
Tech schematics that could help you with construction. Hang on, I have an old contact. Ah, come on, Hossel, help me out. Sorry, the war has him scared.
Hossel? Gavin Hossel, the tech researcher?
That's a crazy throwback to Mass Effect 1.
Tell him this is for me.
I had no idea you two knew each other. Small universe. Okay, he's forwarding the schematics over.
Oh, I remember you talking about this, Barry. This is the thing we needed the Asari matriarch writings for.
Yeah, about that.
Oh no, it's in an ancient Asari dialect. We'd need a lot of ancient Asari writing to translate.
I don't have that.
What do you mean we don't have that?
I didn't particularly feel like going and getting the writings, and didn't feel it fair to just give them to us through the save editor. It's only worth 4 points anyway.
You were willing to keep the terrorist alive, but didn't want to go scan some Asari writings.
Hey, we still get the 1 point from Conrad's dissertation.
I fixed the sabotage. The Metagel dispensers should be working now.
That was easy.
Thank you. I'll get patients moving through triage immediately.
Conrad, damn it, we told you to not do anything, which included walking over here.
Great work, Shepard. And listen, I'm sorry for... Hey, that's him. That's my Cerberus contact. Hey, you! You're under arrest.
You gonna arrest him by pointing your finger at him?
Oh, for crying out loud, not again. Goddamn, we cracked that guy's skull with that.
He jumped after the gun was fired. There is no way he made it in front of us, but I guess I appreciate the sentiment, Conrad.
No way does Conrad die like this.
You helped. I don't even feel anything.
Actually, I sabotaged his gun.
Well, he would have died if we hadn't helped Jenna back in one.
What the hell is the Cora's Den girl doing here?
A real blast from the past this mission is.
Commander. It's me, Jenna. You helped me a few years ago when I was working undercover at Cora's Den.
More like we just did your investigation for you so you didn't get hurt. Where's your sister at? Rita, was it?
Rita, unfortunately, does not make an appearance here.
Guess that paid off, huh?
You saved my life.
I can't believe you were willing to lay down your life for Commander Shepard. You're so brave.
You've got to be kidding me after all of this Conrad is going to pull.
And I go way back. Let me give you a hand, and I can tell you about it.
Well, damn, he's come a long way from that guy who pretended to be married.
Somehow we're the ones being left alone. All right, last stop is Purgatory.
Wait, are those Jack's students?
Yep, that's Rodriguez and Prangley.
I can't tell what's worse, the fact that Rodriguez is dancing way too intensely or that Prangley clearly isn't as enthusiastic as she is.
You can say whatever you want. Rodriguez is hitting that shit.
Poor Prangley is doing that dance you do when you don't know what to do with your arms.
Ugh, this sucks.
In the meantime, their teacher is actually being normal.
With this conversation, we'll be able to bring Jack on to N7 assignments.
Unless she got a good buff in 3, she's not worth bringing.
They did give her warp in addition to her warp ammo, shockwave, and pull.
That kind of thing.
How are they holding up?
They're fine. They're not the ones reading duty rosters.
You know, somehow Jack's nipples being visible through that white thing she's wearing makes her look more revealing than when she was just using leather straps.
Her eyes are up there, Barry. Stop staring.
Yeah, we even saw some action on Palaven. We kept barriers on a Krogan squad so they could get in close, break enemy lines.
I knew making him support was the right call.
Also help the Turians get a few thousand civilians out safely.
You didn't happen to see a female Turian named Solana, did you?
Find bigger fights.
Garrus would want to know. There's hopefully an older Turian named Castus with her.
Who in the hell is Castus?
That's Garrus's father's first name. You can see him talk to Alec Ryder in one of the memories you unlock in Andromeda.
It's nice to be able to put a name to the man. Too bad you have to play Andromeda to find that out.
What?
The duty rosters can wait. Right now, you're on shore leave.
Oh no, we're about to dance.
If you can even call it dancing.
Shepard, everybody knows you can't dance.
Oh God, not the Shepard two-step.
What's up, Joker? You over here breaking a leg?
All it took was a Cerberus
Literally.
attack on the Citadel to get folks around here to pay attention to the war.
How is this any different from normal?
Can't you see the desperation? This isn't happy dancing. This is forget my problems dancing. Look at the arms.
I guess that's the kind of dance Rodriguez is doing.
Like that, he's worrying about a lot more than looking stupid on the dance floor.
That's surprisingly observant.
I've had time to watch a lot of dancing from the sidelines. Speaking of which...
Dancing?
Watching from the sidelines. What do you think about me and Edie?
You guys will probably do just fine.
You sure that's a good idea?
Edie's not Alliance personnel. There's no regulation against...
Well, Joker, she is still technically Alliance property.
Jeff, you have brittle bones. She's made of metal.
Shepard dropping the first name is crazy.
Yo, Joker, you're lucky I can't romance Edie myself because if I could, I would sabotage the hell out of your chances.
That's not very bro-like behavior, Donald.
Would you be waving your arms?
Yeah.
Well, he might if he didn't have to worry about breaking something.
Worry about than looking stupid.
Yeah, guess I do. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Go out there and get her tiger.
Oh God, I still have to deal with you.
Come on, Donald. Caden isn't that bad.
At this point, it's a matter of principle. He's supposed to be dead. You and I had a deal.
What just happened?
You sound angry.
No, just not used to staring down the gun of someone I've worked with so closely.
It's worth remembering Caden is Shepard's most senior squad mate. He was on the Normandy from the very beginning.
Okay. Talk to me. Let's have it.
If I hadn't backed down first, I feel like you would have taken me out.
Well, I definitely intended to. So you're right about that.
I feel it worth pointing out that if you killed Caden, he would seemingly be remorseful over the whole situation, while Ashley tells you that she hopes the Reapers send you to hell.
That's not going to make me like Caden more, because Ashley wouldn't have ever been in a position to be killed.
Later when you have to live with yourself, knowing that you acted with integrity, and it matters.
You're talking about Adina. He gave me no choice, so I took the shot.
And if we didn't do it, you would have Caden.
I was definitely not going to lose the chance to kill that rat myself.
Okay. Look, Shepard, there's another reason I'm here. Hackett offered me a position, but I'd turn it down in a second if there was a chance to join you in the Normandy again.
Well, Donald, now's your guaranteed chance to get Caden out of here once and for all. If you really want the guy out of your hair, you can send him to Hackett, where he'll contribute 25 points to our military strength. He leads a biotics unit on the ground. And if you're curious, Ashley offers up the same amount of points and is noted as having become commanding officer, overseeing several specialized quick response teams that perform covert infantry operations.
What's it going to be, Donald?
You know what? Thane is dead, and I've kind of accepted that Garrus is all right. And since I know the bot is going to die at the end of Rannoch no matter what, I'm going to run out of characters to clown on if I let this nerd go to Hackett. Unless I'm allowed to reload and kill him, he might as well stay.
No reloads. That opportunity has passed.
Well, there you have it.
Imagine meeting the Reapers without you.
Thank you, Commander. And Shepard, I need you to know that I'll never doubt you again. I get you back.
Good to have you back, Caden.
You better not make me regret this.
And for the record, if your trust level with the Vermeer survivor was too low, they would flat refuse to join Shepard on the Normandy and go straight to Hackett anyway.
Shepard, I got Anderson patched in. I was just getting him up to speed.
And speaking of Hackett,
That SOB was always power hungry. But this?
If only you'd punched him just a little bit harder
Cerberus
back
was
in the
just
first
using him to take
game.
control of the Citadel.
What the hell for?
I don't know. Not yet.
is it possible the elusive man already knows the Citadel is the catalyst?
He only finds that out from Vendetta, and if he did know it, he would have told the Reapers already.
What?
Your assassin. I'll have Hackett send you my reports on him.
I take it you two have met.
Keeley Sanders and I had our share of run-ins with him. I shot him in both legs once. Thought that might be the end of him. But he showed up again on Omega, even stronger.
They messed up the details here. Anderson and Colley meet Lang on Omega, and then they go to Grissom Academy, and that's where Anderson shoots him in the legs.
It's a safe bet Lang's even more dangerous now.
The only thing getting new legs did was make him better at running away.
Well, honestly, that's not even a joke. Video game Kai Lang is a complete f***ing joke. I'm not saying he's particularly interesting in the novels either, but he actually seems more competent there.
Update on the Crucible. Lang has them scared. Enough to send help? Yes, the Asari and Solarians are both throwing in their support now.
The impending Reaper invasion didn't scare them, but a loser with a sword who didn't even make it to them did.
We've completed nearly 50% of the known work.
So quickly?
Once decoded, the schematics are designed in such a way that allows our scientists to easily translate the information. It's not Prothean specific.
It would be a pretty useless super weapon to leave on Mars if no one could understand it.
That's still open for debate. Utilized in the right fashion, our scientists are convinced it can generate enough energy to destroy the Reapers. The question is, how will it dispense the energy, and in what form?
Thankfully, we've cleared the minimum amount of military strength to prevent the worst ending that isn't refusal.
Exactly. We think the catalyst is the key to determining how to focus its energy, how to direct its energy at the Reapers alone.
I'm working on that.
You'll find the answers, Shepard.
Your faith is always appreciated, Admiral.
And in the meantime, we'll keep building. And we'll keep fighting. Make sure there's an Earth left to come back to.
Cerberus, Reapers, they'll all pay for this war. One way or another.
And they'll pay with interest. The elusive man has a whole lot of my money.
The gods of war haven't given up on us yet. Good luck, both of you. Anderson out.
Keep on living, Anderson.
The Turian fleet is stretched thin. We need more support ships. And the Quarians are willing to talk.
And that means it's time to finally see Tali again.
And I get to go back to making fun of the toasters.
We've still got a couple episodes before we get to that, though.
Hack it out.
Shepard, do you have a moment?
Well, we were about to go have another nightmare again, but we can spare some time.
Pass on a distress signal to you.
Something they can't handle?
From what I can tell, they sent several commando squads to investigate. None of them returned.
Looks like it's time for Shepard and their team to do the job of an entire platoon yet again.
That'll be one of my tasks for next episode.
That they wouldn't ask for help if it wasn't important. The colony's coordinates are on the galaxy map. I'll try to figure out what's going on.
Looks like this is the end.
Yep. And somehow Caden managed to survive it all.
I swear to God that first renegade thing should have made me shoot him.
No take-backs. Anyway, next time I'll be back in the hot seat, but until then, stay safe out there, drink plenty of water, get some sleep, and we'll see you on the next one.